You know how when you're starting a new workout routine, the hardest part isn't actually the workout, it's walking in the door. Maybe you're intimidated. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe it's fear of not measuring up or looking out of place and comparing yourself to everyone else in the gym. I've now recorded over 30 episodes of The Fitness of Business and had over 30 incredible, interesting, insightful conversations with other business owners. And I ask every guest the same question at the end of our conversation. What is one business strength or habit you wish you'd developed earlier in your career? And in going back and listening to those answers, a pattern really started to emerge. So for the next 3 episodes, I'm revisiting those conversations and pulling together the themes that came up again and again. Because they're too good and too relatable not to share again. This is part 1 of 3. And in this episode, we're starting with one of the biggest themes, the mental game, the mindset, perfectionism, overthinking, imposter syndrome, trying to control everything, not trusting yourself. So if you've ever felt stuck before you even really got going, you're going to want to save this one.
I really struggled the first 3 to 6 months with analysis paralysis on a lot of little decisions, specifically software and technology. So it would have been awesome. You get through it and it's going great. But I think just maybe ways to put yourself out there and build your courage more. And you're what's the worst that could happen? You just switch vendors, or, you try something one time and then improve and tweak on it. So maybe more of that exploratory in my professional mindset. I don't know. Just to it'll always get better. It doesn't have to be perfect. The perfectionism and wanting to do things at a high quality is a lot. And so I think just this is just the first round of doing this. That mindset has been more helpful than
Absolutely.
It has to be perfect and I have to understand everything.
Yeah. Well, right. And I feel like I read something recently that's if every time you did something it was perfect, you'd never grow, or something like that.
Oh yeah, I have been so uncomfortable this year. It's great. I'm growing so much. I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable ever again. So, and if I am, I'd be oh, this feels weird now. Yeah, there's no growth in comfort, right?
Right. Oh, that's a great answer.
I wish that earlier in my career, that I wasn't such a perfectionist and was better at delegating. Because I think for a long time that held me back. I had a specific vision and I knew what I wanted it to look like. And so it was really hard finding people who were basically just a duplicate of me. That just doesn't, it's not realistic. So it took a minute to learn that. So I think that's one thing I wish I had known a lot earlier.
Yeah, that's a great one. I plan to have a future episode on the mindset of perfectionism. So lots to talk about there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be not trying to control everything so much and really building trust to where I could allow myself that freedom to grow a little bit versus trying to control it and making it grow. I think that can really cause burnout. And so, I learned a lot since COVID.
Yeah. It is remarkable to me how many times COVID comes up in my interviews. Almost every guest, it comes up. We don't plan on it. It always comes up. And it is, not this is some major epiphany, but it is a major turning point for so many people's businesses. And there are so many people who also have such a positive spin on what it allowed them to do. And I think that's pretty cool.
Definitely. It's almost like you had to start over with your business. It's almost like rewriting your business, even if you were in it for 5 years prior. It's okay, now I have to adjust my business plan. What does that even look like without knowing what the future, how the consistency about all of us function in the world. So
Totally. Talk about
the
relinquishing
challenge is
control.
definitely and is there. But
Yeah.
no, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me is to quiet the noise. Because there's so many well, you should do this, you should do that. This is how X, Y, and Z did it, and this person did it, and look how amazing they are, and that's your mentor, and this is my mentor, and they did this way, and all that stuff. There's so many people telling you how to do it, and various levels of success, but nobody is you. And I wish the more I listened to myself, I think I would have been in a much better place and listen to myself with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, if I did that, I would be completely in a different zone than I am. That would be probably my biggest regret to myself, is the fact that I listen to other people. And that is a business advice, because the business is truly a reflection of you.
Totally agree. I swear every answer to this question, I'm like, yeah, me too. Yep, that also. Yep, me too. But that's why I like asking it, is because like you cannot have that kind of perspective without going through it. And also, it is what helps to make you a great coach, is you can say, ugh, here are some things that I recognize, and can help with. So I appreciate that.
No, thanks. I had to think for a minute on that one.
Yeah, I know it's a toughie.
Worry less about the outcome and focus more on just your effort in the thing that you're doing. You have very little to almost no control over the outcome of anything. And there's a lot of luck in sort of what happens in life, or lack thereof. And so just do the best you can with what you have in that moment. Enjoy the moment and see what happens.
Nice.
I wish I would have developed the strength of sales earlier in my entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah. And how do you approach sales now?
So the coach that I'm working with, he really shifted my mindset around sales as being something that you do for other people. Like, it's not something you do to them, but it's in service of others. And that really has shifted my mindset around what sales is all about. And it's really about helping and serving and supporting the other person and helping them make a decision that's going to impact their life. Yes or no, right? So it's not about me, it's about them. And it's really getting them clear on what their next step is. And so that's been the biggest mindset shift for me, and just learning those strategies around how to have those conversations and feel really comfortable talking about money and investments and asking people sometimes some tough questions, right?
Yeah, and also being able to own your worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that there's a lot more we can unpack
Yeah.
there in our part 2.
In part 2, we'll talk about sales. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, it's doing it from a place that feels in alignment and that is supportive, and that is really about the other person as a service, right? Yeah.
That's really great insight. I love that mindset.
Yeah.
This is a great question. Okay, I'm I'm hyper organized. My boxes are always checked. I think of all the things. But organizationally, that has never been a challenge for any of the businesses or the branches of businesses that I've launched. But I wish from day one, and even to this day, that I was more trusting of myself. I wish that I valued myself more. Maybe I wish that I could find a way to quiet the imposter syndrome. And I wish that I had found ways to be comfortably more assertive. There have been many moments that I can look back on and think, I didn't speak my mind. I gave up because I thought I wouldn't succeed. I shortchanged myself. And organizational, logistical parts of business are extremely important, but you have to also show up for yourself and just make the thing happen. You have to believe in yourself so deeply and advocate for yourself and for your business And that is a muscle that I still would love to work on and get stronger.
I love that. Totally with you on that. You know, when I was thinking about what my answer to this question would be, and it's not dissimilar to what you just said, but it's more that I wish that I had also been able to recognize and accept the parts of me and my work style and my skill set or whatever that were not the strongest, so that I could just say I could outsource and I could have a more, robust business by asking for help, because
Yeah.
I wasn't just, upset with myself that I couldn't just figure it out on my own. And I think that comes along with that imposter syndrome of just feeling like, but I should just figure it all out on my own because it's my thing.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a skill too, is asking for help when you need it. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I think I've already touched on this, but I'll say it again because it's like right in my heart that I wish I would have had more self-confidence. I wish I would have believed that I had important ideas and valuable insight into the running of the business, and that I wasn't just a helper. I was a leader, an initiator.
Yeah.
And just more self-confidence, because the business needs both Cody and me. And I'm coming into myself and really proud of myself for that growth. But man, I wish I would have had that confidence at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. That's hard. That whole hindsight thing.
Hindsight.
It was, I think, like you and I talked a little bit about how being mommies actually made us better business owners.
Yeah.
So the reason I call my company Root Work Marketing, or Marketing Root Work rather than, super cool marketing or something like that, is because one of the things that I have learned just through hard experience is that ultimately you can have the best tagline, you can have really great copy, you can have a really cool logo, you can have like kind of all the stuff. But you ultimately need to be the person, you are the number one person who has to absolutely believe in what you do. You've got to really have that, it's a body thing. You really have to be able to kind of hold that in your body, because man, I think the hardest thing is like we look to other people, right, for validation. Kind of like, am I doing it right? Does anybody want the service? I don't know. And I think ultimately, like we have to, at the very least, kind of feel like we have a conviction that, like, I don't know if this business will be successful, this particular form of business. But I do know that what I care about is very important to me. And one way or the other, this is something I want to bring into the world.
Yeah. The hardest part really is walking in the door. And if you've done that, even mentally, you're already further than you think. Next week, we're shifting from mindset to structure. Because once you're in the room, you've got to know what to do with it. See you next time.